What's up, nerds? Today we're answering the fact. Who would win in a fight? The American poster boy, Homelander, or Truth and Justice, Superman? I'm the captain. This is Nerd Talk. Let's go over the stats. We're going to be looking at these two based off of comic books and also shows and movies to determine who would win in a fight. Just so you know where I'm referencing my stats from. We're also going to be starting with the challenger, Homelander. I'd like to give a little background of the challenger. And here it is, 5'11", designated as superly abled human. He's the leader of the Seven. We all know him from The Boys. We also know here are his powers: enhanced hearing, flight, heat vision, super strength, super speed, super voice. Basically, the yelling thing that he does, echo. You know, like how it's like deafening to your ears. He can actually make you like your ears will pop and explode out of your head, like not your actual ears, but. And of course, the X-ray vision, which he uses cringe-worthy like. This panel here basically just shows mostly of how durable he is and some of his greatest feats. One right here is the second row, is one of his greatest feats, kind of showing how strong he was. He took a fighter jet with one hand and threw it across the room. That is actually not his strongest feat. So now to explain essentially what I'm going to be using to determine who will win. And it's going to come down to two factors, because these two have such similar powers: strength and speed, and combat history. He has none. He has a little, but virtually none, because he works for Volt. And Volt basically just sends him out on bullshit missions, and they rig it for him to win. He's a publicity stunt. It's all a publicity stunt. He has to deal with humans that revolt, but he's a god among humans. The other area is strength and speed. His speed is the speed of sound. That is his actual top speed. He is the speed of sound. Very impressive. And his strength is he can lift, and this is from the, he can lift a dozen Mack trucks. Now, luckily someone did the math for me, and that comes out 1,104,000 pounds. He can bench press that, is essentially what they were saying in that panel, is how strong he is. But that is Homelander. Some combat skills, again, dealing with like humans, but again, God among humans. And speed of sound, can lift 1,000,000 freaking pounds. That's him. Let's go to Superman. I'm going to go over this much quicker because it's Superman. Clark Kent, Kal-El, he's 6'3" on the comic side. Everybody knows Krypton, goes to Earth, is adopted. Virtually the same powers, you know, except for ice breathing. I think that's one that he has that he... Now here's something that I have that he doesn't have. And this is my point about combat skills. These are all forms of martial arts and terms of fighting and skills that Superman has because he's gained over battles, wars, and whatnot, that he has gained because he needed to have, because he had to learn a way to fight that his strength or his heat vision or something wasn't up to par. So he had to learn from someone else another way to fight to get up ahead. He has loads of combat skills to get around the villain's way, whether it was some form of defense or some form of skill that they had on top of them, or whether they were equal matched, like Darkseid or something. He had to find a way around it, whether that was to learn, get stronger, or whatnot. Now, again, this is the part where I talk about strength and speed, because these are the two things I find that really should be defining factors. Superman bench pressed the weight of the earth for 5 days. And that comes out to, let me see that number again, 5.97 sextillion metric tons for 5 days. I think that's a bit bigger than 1 million, don't you? And as far as speed, he flew from one end of the galaxy to the other in a few seconds. That's what that panel is. Just a tad faster than sound. Just like a smidge. So, I'm sorry, but no shocker here. Superman wins. So to shut everybody up, and this includes the actor who plays Homelander, who, if you go on his Twitter, was saying he could take Superman in a fight. You can't. Oh, go check that one out on his Twitter, because he's sitting there saying, oh, well, I'll just put a defenseless child in my way, and I'll just be like that. Superman's dealt with things like that. He's dealt with villains all his career of fighting. He knows ways around this. Hence, his ways of kung fu and everything like that. He's had to deal with cowardly villains and found ways around it. That's what Superman does. He learns, he advances, he gets stronger, and continues. It's a way of life. It's almost like he's a hero. What did you guys think? Should Homelander have won? Do you guys like what I'm doing here? Should I do it more often? You guys can put some names down. I can do it with those guys. I want to hear from you guys. Always like, comment, subscribe. Numbers do not lie.
Let's get ready to